Hey y'all. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll have to check the audio on this later. I'm on the walk, just leaving work. I decided to get away for a bit, so I'm just gonna go eat outside for lunch. But I wanted to upload a video. Here, hold on. Because I was gonna upload when I did my second makeup test for Flashback Weekend for that cosplay, but I ran out of time, so that never happened. My second makeup test, the final one, was the day of, as it was happening, getting ready to go. So not much of a test, went straight to the real deal. Just because my week was like busy and stuff, and you know, shit happens. But anyway, I wanted to give an update. Damn, all the cars going by. Because, yeah, I went. It was a great time. It was really cool. I met David Howard Thornton, and Damian Leone. And I ran into Casey Hartnett, and like just by coincidence, I was staying at the hotel, so and Jenna, ran into her, and I got autographs and stuff, and it was a good time. But if I seem a little, I know I seem like pretty monotone about it, but it's just because, like, so on the second day, my cosplay went good, the makeup went good. And by the way, this story stays between us. I'm just making a video for the people who watched the first one and wanted to know how it went. Makeup went great, costume went great, got a lot of compliments. Art seemed to like it, so that was nice. And yeah, but what was on my mind for the days after, I'm not gonna lie, was this awkward encounter towards the elevators. Hold on, I'm like across the street. Damn, it's busy. Okay, we're good. Awkward encounter at the elevators. Me and Mario had just gone, like, we had the best day. Like, the photo op went so well. Unfortunately, Lauren Libera's photo op, that time on that got moved, and that was disappointing, but I just immediately accepted it. I was literally on the way, or so I thought, to go to Lauren's photo op, and then I read the email and the update that it already had been moved and happened and passed. So I just, in that moment, I was like, well, at least I still have the photo op with David and Damian. You know, that was the one I was really excited for. So I was like, okay. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the elevator. So had a fantastic day. Bought so much fucking merch. It was insane. I just couldn't decide, and so many things looked great from Terror Threads. And my boyfriend had bought me an Art the Clown doll, the Bloodbath one, which was so cute. And yeah, great day on Cloud 9. And then we go and get pizza or something. Or no, we went to some local restaurant. And that was good too. Expensive, but good. And then we come back from the hotel, and there's an after party that I gotta get ready for. Because at the moment, I'm just wearing a Terrifier shirt and jeans. I was like, and the after party was supposed to be pretty swanky. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll wear like my dress. So we get back, and we're walking to our hotel room, which is like the South whatever Premier Tower or something. And in front of me, I see Jenna's shaved head, because I had run into her earlier by the elevators as I was going back to my room and she was leaving. And she complimented my cosplay, because at the time I was still in costume. So I recognized her, and I was like, oh, that's Jenna again. And then Jenna and Damian and a third guy that I didn't recognize was with them. They must hear me or something, because they look back. Well, Jenna looks back first, and then so does Damian, which at the moment I didn't even realize was Damian. And then that third guy, and then they very visibly speed up to round the corner and get away from me. because when she looked back at me, I went, hi, and then zoom like this, and then I was like, damn, okay, I shouldn't have waved. That probably freaked them out because they don't know that I'm staying there. They don't know that I'm in the same tower apparently, that I'm just trying to go to the elevator. But and they probably met like a lot of intense fans or stuff, and you know, they're probably so exhausted mentally and stuff, so the last thing they wanted to see it was a fan behind them wave at them, because it probably looked like I was following them. I had to assume that's what they're thinking, or maybe they recognized me and they just didn't want to. They thought I was trying to like flag them down to talk or something. I was just trying to go to the elevator, but I totally get it. So I'm like, well, they didn't like run, they just like hustled. So I know it's probably not personal. They probably get followed all the time and shit like that, you know. They're creatives, celebrities, you know. So I was like, you know, yeah, I'm not gonna read into it. And then my boyfriend had noticed it too. It's hard not to. He was like, I think they saw you and they bolted. Oh my god, my poor baby. And then he like laughed because it was like funny. It was like comically noticeable. And I was like, okay, yeah, he saw that, everybody saw that, okay. And maybe there was people behind us too they were trying to get away from, or maybe they weren't trying to get away from us at all. They probably, I don't even know, but even if they were, that's valid because they don't know me, they don't know my intentions, they don't know if I'm safe to like be behind them going to where they're going. So, and I know it probably looked like I was, but I wasn't. So yeah, I was pretty bummed about that, but immediately I tried to like, you know, like just be empathetic and understand, because like all those reasons I said, if I was in their boots, I probably would be worried too, or like, you know, freaked out and be like, oh, are they following me? Are they trying to follow me to the hotel room? Like, we don't, so yeah, we go down the hallway. It's like a long, windy hallway, and they're like not there at all. And I'm like, damn, they ran. Like, I just felt bad. You in that moment, you wish you can explain, like, no, I'm not following it, but that would make it worse. I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. And so, but then I hear people down by the elevator, and I think it's Jenna, and she's like, we have to wait. And then Damien's like, yeah, we have to wait. And she laughs in disbelief. She's like, we have to wait? Like, and he's like, yeah, we have to wait. And I was like, oh, this is about to be so awkward. Oh my God. They thought they were going to like be gone. And so me and my boyfriend are walking very slowly to the area where the elevators are. And I'm like, I see them and they see me. And Jenna looks back at me. Fear. Well, not fear, but like, just like, here, hold on. She's just trying to figure out if I'm trying to ambush her or what. But I'm not. I'm just coming to the elevators. And yeah, it's just so. But it was fine. Like, so they were like, yeah, we gotta wait. He says that again. And he's like, you, pointing to me, my boyfriend Damien was like, you guys go ahead, we have to wait. I was like, okay, thank you. And then I get on the elevator. And I'm I just like say hi to the guy that's on there. I'm like, hi, 23. And then get on there. And as the doors are closing, like I'm like, they probably don't have to wait. They're just trying to figure out how to get me not behind them, like to see where they're going. Like that's all they're probably thinking, and that's valid. That's so valid. Like that's fine. It hurts to feel that and see someone you really like respect and admire, and you know, I hate that you can't express that you weren't trying to overstep or like. But it is what it is. And maybe they weren't even thinking that. Maybe they just had to hustle and it happened to be at the same moment that they saw me, you know? I don't know them. I don't know what they were thinking. They don't know me. They don't know what I was thinking. They don't, you know, it's totally understandable. Bummer as it was at the time. But the doors are closing and I'm like, they really do not want to be on the elevator ride with me. They're scared of me. But then I see David Howard Thornton come up too. He like emerges from like the alternate path of the hallway, and he's suddenly at the elevators too. And then I look up and I see him as the doors are closing. I'm like, oh, maybe they really were like waiting, you know, like they had to wait for him. And so at least there was that, and at least I didn't, you know, when I caught up with them, I didn't like ask them any questions. I wasn't weird or anything. I was just genuinely going on the elevator. So I like to think that because they were comfortable enough to stop and like tell me to go ahead and go for, you know, like they didn't bolt and run, because the elevator was open when I walked up, so they could have hopped on and like hurried to, I don't even know. But yeah, it's really none of my business. It's just what happened, and it didn't feel good, but it's whatever. I got it. I totally got it. And yeah, so that just kind of bummed me out, and I was just trying to not think about it. I was like, don't think about it, don't overanalyze it. It wasn't personal. It's not, because immediately with your anxiety and your, like, I have depression too, and your brain just like wants to tear into it and be like, they think you're weird, they think you're a freak, they do not want to talk to you under any circumstance, and they're afraid of you. They ran from you like you were a monster. They like, you just get so mean to yourself and in your head when your anxiety just like, but it's not like that, I don't think. And even if it was, it don't matter. I don't know them, they don't know me, and it's gonna be that way, and that's cool. So yeah, that happened. And then we were going to that after party, so I was just trying to feel okay, forget about it, not think about it. And I was trying, but then you get to your hotel room, I have all this merch and all these things that say Damien Leone's Terrified, Damien Leone, and I'm like, I don't want to think about it right now. And yeah, so that's how that went. We went to that party. I got the worst margarita ever. It was like $14, and I was just hoping it was strong enough to make me forget the last 20 minutes, but it was not. But yeah, I just tried to. I was like, you know, it's like for all those reasons I said and more, it's not a personal thing, and even if it was, they're entitled to feel that way. I was wearing a literal Terrifier shirt, and then I'm Midwestern and overly friendly, I guess, because maybe I shouldn't have waved. I shouldn't, you know, should have played it cool and like not acted like I didn't see them at all. Might have made them more comfortable, but I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve and be very like, I don't know. So it didn't even cross my mind to like just be quiet and like not wave, because I just wave at people. I just, you know, and yeah, I could see it being like jarring and of concern. You know, they look back and someone's following them, or so it looks like. And that might have even happened to them before at another convention, or maybe at that convention the day prior. I wouldn't know. So it's all good. But yeah, I just had a weird emotional, just a weird time digesting that and trying to relax and not think about it, you know, because it's not that big a deal. I'm so grateful that I was able to go. I'm so grateful I was able to meet them. I respect and admire their work, and there's no question about that. I just had like mixed, anxious, sad feelings for the next few days, but that's, you know, that's life. And you know, like I said, just trying not to overthink it or like think about it at all, really, because it is what it is, and it was what it was. The convention overall, I met the nicest like fans ever and the sweetest people. I met Summer from Dolls of Horror podcast. I met just like really kind people and got some good pictures, and the cosplayers I met were so complimentary and supportive, and I did the costume contest on a whim. I wasn't going to because I'm kind of shy and anxious and at times insecure, but my cosplay turned out how I wanted. The makeup was looking good and staying on good, so I was like, you know what, I would love to meet Svengoolie, and I put all this work into this, and maybe people will like it. So I did the costume contest and I got so many compliments and so much. It was fun. I called after talking to this really cool chick in line for the photo op with Damien and David, well, I should say Art and David. This chick asked this chick and this guy asked what I was calling my cosplay. I was like, and I told them the different names. I was like bouncing around. I was like, I was thinking, but the one I was thinking the most was pinup art. You know, because my costume's like a sexy, curvy version of art that's more femme and kind of more revealing. It's like in terms of being like sleeveless and cleavage. And they both had a really good response. They're like, oh, that's so good. And they're like, that's like a play on, you know, like pinup art, like the word. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to go with that. Because their response was too good and too positive. So that's what I went with for the costume contest. Crowd liked it, it seemed. I didn't win, but that's okay. I wasn't expecting to or trying to. I just wanted to meet Spenguli. Really, if that'd be cool. It's like I'm gonna be on stage with Spenguli, local ledge, and now becoming national ledge. Like, hello. And then meeting David was really nice. He's a nice guy. He's funny and very personable. Although, girl, okay. I gave him like a little drawing I made. It was like, so he's a fan of Joker. My whole life is centered around Joker, and I thought he might like a playing card, like a Joker card, but it's of art. So I made him one, and then on the back I just wrote like, "Watching you act is beautiful," blah blah blah, like a short little thing, and then I gave it to him, which was fine. He seemed to, at the time, he was like smiling, and he seemed to really like it, and but I realized after, I spelled his name wrong. I forgot an N. I thought it was Thornton. It's Thornton. There's an N before the T. And I'm pretty sure I didn't write it that way because this whole time I've thought it was, girl, I don't think he cared. I mean, he probably cared, but he was good at hiding it because he probably didn't want me to feel bad. But I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I didn't realize it until after the convention, everything was over. I was like, at least my interaction with David went pretty good, like great pick, and he was really nice, and he seemed to like my gift. And then I look at his Instagram name, his handle, and I'm like, is that an N? So that was a bummer too. I was like, bro, this whole weekend I just embarrassed myself, like, and I was like, girl, just chill. Nobody's thinking about it. Nobody cares. It's all good. So yeah. But that's how it went. I wish I had like a more like, I don't know, joyful like story, but it was mixed emotions because it was like a cool, interesting experience, and it's like, I don't know, did a lot, saw a lot, and yeah, I'm really glad I went. I am, because I just, you know, I watch behind the scenes and stuff, and I know a lot about the movies, and so, and then when I watch Damien direct and like make a scene, it's just so inspiring as an artist, because he's like doing everything I want to do. Like I love makeup, I love writing, and one day I want to direct, but it's just like watching it, I just don't even know where to start, like so it's just so impressive to me how much he did and started and carried out on his own, and then of course with like a team, but so yeah, I just really respected and admired him. And then David Howard Thornton's such a good actor, and then I just aesthetically and personality wise, I just love art. So I just really I felt like I had to meet them, and I did, and now it's over, and it is what it is, and it was cool, and I'm grateful for the chance. Like, how lucky am I to be able to afford to go to something like this, and everything worked out, and we got there safe, and got home safe, and had a nice time with my boyfriend. So, you know, he was really supportive. I'm way more into those movies and horror in general than he is, but he was along with me for the whole ride, and that's all I could ask for, because without him I would have been a mess, especially after my brain trying to bully me about the awkward elevator encounter. But he assured me, he was like, Ezra, I bet it's not on their mind at all. They've already forgotten about it if they were thinking about it at all. And you don't know what they were, like it's, and I was like, that's so true. Like, I don't, oh God, Jesus. Oh, damn, I've been talking for 20 minutes, girl. I'm on my lunch break, but this stuff's been on my mind today, and I'm trying for it not to be, but I just had to get out for a little bit, and overall, I'm like, this, I'm happy I went, I'm grateful, and like, they just don't owe me anything. You know what I mean? Like, I recognize, like, it, although it hurt at the time, the elevator thing, and watching your favorite director / creator run from me, not run, but you know what I mean, just like, but I totally get it. I understand. But yeah. So I guess that's really all I came to talk about. The experience overall was great, and like, makeup turned out good, if anyone was wondering. If you're a real one, you will not address this or send this to any party mentioned, and that this is between you and me here on the channel, just for anyone who watched the first video and was curious how it all went. I thought I was going to upload a second video with the second makeup test, but that didn't end up happening. And yeah, I have pictures on my Instagram if anyone wants to see how it turned out, or if I can figure out how to insert it in here, I will. But yeah, cool experience, great time, complicated mix of emotions after, but that's just my brain. It was dope. So yeah, I guess that's really it. I was so worked up about it for days after. I have to admit, I cried about it, but I realized, I was like, dude, like, it's, at the end of the day, it's just a dude that you don't know, that you really like his work, and then he doesn't know you, and it's just, I get why I get it, I know it probably sounds like I don't get it, but it feels therapeutic to talk about it and like, just speak on what it is for what it is, because it's just like, it's inherently neutral. I don't know what they were thinking, they don't know what I was thinking, and because of that, they had to probably assume the worst, or maybe it was the guy with them that encouraged them to like speed up in case I was like a freak. So it's all good. It just took a few ways to get feeling all good. But yeah, so I'm going to end this video and eat my lunch now, I think. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say, it took me a few days to even like upload any. I was so proud of my cosplay, but with what I was feeling, I didn't post anything for like days. But then I was like, girl, life is short, and you did this beautiful like expression of how you felt, and like you should share it. And you should share it, and it doesn't matter who thinks what, or like. Because in my head, I was like, maybe I shouldn't tag Damien, because I don't want him to remember me and feel like I'm up his ass, like, on Instagram, too. You know what I mean? Like, if they already were nervous and thinking I was following them in person, it probably wouldn't be a comfort to see me mentioning and tagging them on Instagram. And, like, but I was like, but if I tag David and not Damien, then it'll look like I have beef with Damien, and I don't. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. Neither of them did. I was just overthinking it. I was like, girl, just post it. It really doesn't matter. Like, it's just Instagram, and then you want to share like your costume and your makeup that you worked hard on, and you like, and you still had a good time, and all this cool shit you did, and people you met. So yeah, that's how that went. It's okay if nobody sees it, nobody likes it, because I like it. And maybe that's all that matters. Because I realized, I was like, all this money, I poured hundreds into this experience, this costume, this makeup, I had custom things made, and it was all to just express my profound adoration for art as a character. and a slasher, and then the hotel and the con and the passes and the photo ops. I spent a lot, and I was like, what if I don't regret it, but why am I so willing to pour so much money and effort and time into supporting these artists I love? I mean, that's great and all, but not into myself, into my own art. Like, what would happen if I put half this enthusiasm and this effort into my creative things? I've been writing songs forever, I've been drawing forever, I've been writing stories, and I have ideas, and like, what if I really took the time and put in the effort to craft those, instead of like, as fun as it is to immerse yourself in work that you love, and these movies for me, I really have like immersed myself, and I know everything I can about them. I've watched them so many times, showed them to my friends, and it's all been really fun and magical and whimsical, and I just love those movies. But what if I maybe I could get my joy from my own art instead of I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to take away as much from the situation and the experience as I can, because it was a great experience, and it certainly was cool, and like something I had never done before. So yeah, that's how it went. Nobody share this with anyone involved. If you're a real one, if you care about me, I'm asking you. I don't want it to be a thing. It's not a thing. It wasn't a thing. That's my experience of what happened, and I don't know their experience, and it's over now, and it is what it is, and it was what it was, and it's all good. So yeah, still a big fan. No beef with them. Really cool people and cool experience. So yeah, if you saw me at Flashback and you were nice or kind in any way, thank you so much. I needed it. I was just stressed about my costume and just time and everything. So, Alright, well, that's all. My hair's blonde now, by the way. Alright, bye!